I don't even think the girls from The Best Friend are even here tonight. Basically, to be honest with you, all right. Steve told me, he said on the air about a month ago that I'm his best friend. And then I was like, really? And he was backtracking and stuff. So he's kind of been giving me a hard time about it. I think he's got a bit of a bro crush on me. So I think this whole thing about, oh, the girls from The Best Friend are here, he's just going to ambush me on the air, try to make me admit that he's my best friend. But I don't know. It's going to be sort of annoying. We'll just put up with it.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh. This is my co-host Skyler Caleb. How you doing, man?
Oh, hi, Skyler.
Hi.
Hi.
Allie and Marilyn.
Hey, from Best Friend.
Yeah, we're here for our interview.
Yeah, they're our
on the
guests.
Radio. Awesome. Live.
I didn't prepare anything. Okay, I just thought you were going to do something else.
I mean, just like whip up some questions real fast, you know?
I'll be in the...
I've got plenty of stuff written down.
Hey, I had a question. My wife is actually a fan of the show, and I've caught a few of the episodes, and she's a little too shy to call in. Is it a mistake, like you guys are almost laughing sometimes, or to put it bluntly, are you guys gay, and is there supposed to be some sort of tension there?
Oh.
Because I can't decide.
Are the characters lesbians? Is that the question?
Right.
Millie and Sue.
Yes.
Millie and Sue's.
Oh.
That's a hard-hitting question right
Wow.
I don't think the answer is yes, considering that
What?
they're going, oh!
Oh, it's a great question.
I'm wondering what prompted this
You guys sound
question.
like you're eating a delicious meal right now.
there. That's a good question, LB.
Yeah.
That's good.
No.
No.
They are Millie
Not that
and
there's anything wrong with that.
not that there's anything wrong. Millie and Sue's are not this season.
Whoa.
Oh, this season?
Not this
So then
season.
now I really have to keep watching.
Yeah, you have to keep watching. You never know.
And it's possible, apparently.
I actually thought that there was a two-girl kiss in one of the episodes based on the thumbnail, but then it was you guys did that effect. It was a mannequin. But, but when the effect was done on the photo, I was like, oh, what happens in
yeah.
episode 7 or whatever that was?
That's right.
Yeah.
Very
Millie
cool.
and the Mannequin.
Marilyn, you have a line in episode 1 where you define fifth base as waking up in North Hollywood on a musty futon with no cab fare. But when you say it like it's a bad thing. Defend.
Steve lives in North Hollywood. He's not happy about this.
And I always leave cab fare right by the door. No, that's
Well,
terrible.
I will say, from Millie's point of view, it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just saying what her experience
She's
is.
a neighborhoodist.
Right. You know,
Really?
she's almost defending herself in a way. Just because I wake up on futons in North Hollywood, I'm a bad person. I don't deserve
No,
love.
certainly not.
Okay.
You know, but
Right.
you know, of course you do.
Are you less offended now as a North Hollywoodian?
I guess so.
At least in North Hollywood, when you wake up on a futon and you walk out the door and you have
There's
no
Jimmy's
idea where you are,
Charbroiled Burgers.
there's exactly, and there's a bus,
Yeah.
and there's like a subway trainee on ground level thing. What
Yeah.
do they call them in LA? I don't know. It's
train
not an
tracks?
L. It's not a subway.
Train tracks.
A train track. You know, there is some transportation in North Hollywood within walking distance.
Makes you
so,
sound like such an elitist. You don't
Yeah.
know what a train is.
You know what?
well, you know, it's just a great place to wake up.
I just wanted to say that I've really been enjoying The Best Friend, watching that online, and I guess probably one of my favorite things about the show is the writing. And I think you guys just mentioned the classic screwball comedies, and I think it, like screwball best friend comedies. I think that's two buddy comedies. I think that's what the show has going. I wonder if you could speak to, either or both of the ladies could speak to the writing process and maybe how it changes on set and like how it starts and how it finishes all the way to the end process. Just, talk a little bit about that maybe.
In the writing process with the executive producer, we basically would write these 3-4 minute scripts and read them aloud to him, and he told us when we sucked and when we were funny. And then we just kept going back to the drawing board. That was about 3 months, and then we went on set, and then we basically put on our producer hats and took off our
the writing was,
we
like,
took off
really-
our producer hats on set and kind of let the directors take charge once we got on set. Just we thought it would be
So
easier.
it's like the bulk of the writing process was really like nailed down before we went
Right.
into
And
it.
any writing that changed on set was just things that just ended up getting left out or cut at the last minute, but not things that were really changed. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
So,
thank you for the call,
so thanks,
Dan.
Dan.
Yes, thanks, Dan. Thank you for bearing with us.
Did you guys have any favorite episodes like that you wrote, and then any ones that turned out better or worse? Or
Well, it's funny. Like one of the episodes that people like the most is one that we actually didn't like at
That is
all.
always the way.
Which one?
Wing Woman. I think it ended up being episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
We loved it in the writing process, and then after we saw it, regardless of how wonderful it was shot and edited and all of that, we were just like, oh, this is just not what we thought we were writing. And then it actually ended up winning several little awards on its own, and it got chosen for the LA Web Fest to be screened and things like that. And we're
Nice.
like, really? Because it was so much slower than the rest of our episodes, because we really tried to keep the pace like a TV show, like a sitcom, and keep it fast paced. And then, so we were really surprised by that. But now when we watch it more, we're like, oh, it is. It's more, it is very much us.
Yeah,
it's
and
me
I
and
like
Allie.
it's developed, and we have the little moment that is probably why we got that call from LD earlier. Now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, we do have
Oh.
we do have some moments in that one, bending over couches and
I know what you're talking about.
things like that. So
Gotcha. All right, do we have another call here?
We do. It's Mark, but he's only been on hold for 1 minute.
All right, Mark.
Let's get him.
You can still talk.
Mark, you're on the air.
hi,
Hey,
Mark.
girls. I'm a big fan of your show in Chicago, and I had a question about some of the locations you used, specifically like in the Working Girls. It looks like a real office building, and the wedding dress episode, and like the nail salon. Your show looks so big budget. How'd you guys pull that off?
Well, it cost $18 million. That's a pretty decent
That's what I was
budget.
thinking.
Well, Allie.
Well, let's see. For Working Girls, should I give away our secrets?
Yeah.
We
Do
basically we multitasked with locations that we got. Like that office scene is actually in a nail salon. If you remember in episode
The episode that comes right after that.
well, there's an episode where million Sues are getting their nails done. Well, anyway, I discovered when I was location scouting. I'm so excited.
Breathe.
Excited to be here.
Take a second, Ellie. It's fine. We'll still be here.
I also really geek out over this whole location
Okay.
scouting thing. Okay, so I realized that it looked like an office building, so it was a double whammy. We were able to use the same location for both of those things. And then the bridal shop is actually Marilyn's bedroom.
Wow.
We dressed it to look like.
No way.
Yeah, we
Nice.
Went to the 99-cent store
Yep, and we bought about 100 rolls of wrapping paper.
for 99 cents each.
That's right.
But actually, only 25 rolls.
That's true. I like to exaggerate.
I know.
That's true.
25 rolls.
And we stapled them all on the walls. Hopefully our landlord isn't listening right now. There's still
There's still like
we cannot
staple
hit
holes.
all of those staples.
We do have a lot of landlords listen to this show. You could be in trouble.
You're listening to the Landlord Talk with Skyler and Steve. Are your tenants late every month?
I heard that Tammy Dahlstrom is a horror to work with on set too. Huh?
Oh, that's not true
No,
at all.
it's not.
She's
Oh,
wonderful.
she's-
I know Tammy. She was in
She-
that episode. If anyone's wondering.
Yeah,
why,
she was awesome. She was so much fun, and we worked with so many people that we had never worked with before. But we saw their reel or their resume and stuff, and just I don't think we cast anybody except for Rick
That's right.
for the Suze's boyfriend character is the only one we cast from an audition.
Oh, really?
Everybody else was cast just from reels, and we
Wow.
got so lucky for episode 10 with all the redheads, and then also with Tammy. Just so wonderful, and not just talented, but like on set, so fun and excited, and just like so
Yeah.
positive. Like we
Bringing
got so lucky.
really fresh ideas and just really excited to be there. It was awesome.
Cool.
Very cool.
We were very
And it's
lucky.
thebestfriend.tv if anybody
Exactly.
wants to check out the show, which they should.
They should.
Wow.
I have a question for Allie.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Allie, you were in a movie called Sympathy for Delicious with Mark Ruffalo and John Carroll Lynch, who were both in 2007 Zodiac, directed by David Fincher. Could you feed my Zodiac obsession a little bit and tell me some stories about those two just talking Zodiac?
Steve loves him some Zodiac.
And you can make up stories if you want. John Carroll Lynch and Mark Ruffalo, they're at lunch together, right? And they're
Okay,
like, Zodiac was this good. No,
You can't swear on our show, but you can lie
I'm
all
totally
you
joking.
want.
Did you get to trade lines with those guys at all?
I didn't
Aw.
actually. I did get to John Carroll Lynch plays he plays like a pastor at a healing mass.
Okay.
And so he's like doing his whole thing. He's healing the crowd.
Yeah, he's like one of those real lively
I think
pastors.
so. I hope I'm getting that right. Yes. So I was in the crowd, sitting next to my husband Noah Emmerich.
Okay.
You almost spoonerized
Not
that.
rolling.
I totally did.
Noah.
That was the extent of my John Carroll Lynch. I had some nice little exchanges with Mark Ruffalo just because he's just the biggest doll.
He's a nice guy.
A living
He's just
doll.
a big living doll?
He's a big living doll.
Oh, my
He's
God.
such a sweetheart. He's such a sweetheart.
That's terrifying.